Welcome back to JB Reviews. I am driving the 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe. Now this is a Overland trim level, and I haven't really tested these out. I love hybrids. I am a huge fan of these types of powertrains. So in today's video, you guys are in for a treat. I'm gonna actually do a walk around of this thing, and we're going to actually go charge it real quickly because I have no battery charge. So I want to see what it's like to actually put one up, plug it in, all that good stuff. So we're pretty much headed to a free charger here in South Jordan, Utah. Okay, we're back at the dealership because I forget these do not have fast chargers, although I kind of wish they did. So the battery was completely dead. So if you need to charge this and it's pretty low, it takes about 2.5 hours to charge. Let's see what it says here. It says 2 hours, 30 minutes, give or take, to get to 100% charge. And so that charge only gives you 25 miles of range. So I almost wonder if Jeep should have potentially made that available for fast charger, because hey, if you could get this, you know what, up to almost 100% in like 15 minutes, that would be really cool. But yeah, it takes 2 hours. So if you're doing this at your house, something like that, that's the best form of charging for something like this, if you do have that type of charger. But let's go ahead and get into the video. I'm not going to wait for this, obviously, so I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like when you do plug it in. And then here's the type of charger it is too. So it's always beeping right there if it's charging. And this is the style of plug that it is, and it goes in pretty easily too. So you can actually undo this on the outside. You don't have to push the button for the inside, so just keep that in mind. If I was in the market right now for a Grand Cherokee, it would have to be a 4xe, because you can no longer get the 5.7 liter V8 with the regular Grand Cherokees like that one. So that 3.6 liter feels really underpowered, especially high above elevation, which I'm at right now in Utah. So I would only prefer to have a forced induction engine or the V8. I am going to show you the window sticker so you guys can have an idea of the price on this one. There's only one option. It's the color, which is the Silver Zenith. And it does look pretty good on this Grand Cherokee, especially with like the blue tow hooks on the front end of this thing too. And $70,170, that's a lot of money, but there is a $7,500 tax credit. It almost makes sense just to lease these personally, because there might be some good examples of these on the used market right now, but I would say that leasing is the best way to go because of that $7,500 tax credit. Premium lighting up front, which is going to be LED. There is no forward-facing camera, things like that on this one. That may be optional for this Overland, but you have the front parking sensors, and they do give you one off to the side right there. Hopefully you can see it. And that's really good for going into your garage. Not a lot of styling cues on the hood. And I like that about the Grand Cherokee. This is a very classy SUV, so they didn't go overboard with it. It has a nice stance on the side. It kind of leans back in the rear, which I love. And this is your 20-inch wheel. And these are going to be the Bridgestone Ecopia tires. And then if you care to see the tire sizes right here, 265/50, 20-inch wheel, air suspension. And I've pretty much already shown you guys the charger right there. Notice how they do the black trim on the mirrors and around the bottom part of the windows, and they give you a little bit of chrome on the top of it. They do something similar up here, a little bit of chrome, a little bit of black accent right there. And smart key system for the front and rear doors. Blind spot monitoring with heated mirrors on the outside. And just check out your badging. You have that blue accent around that Grand Cherokee, American flag. There's really no need for running boards because this has the air suspension, so it has an entry and exit, what makes it a little bit easier. And then just check out this back piece here. I love the black that they put right there. Kind of cuts it off. It looks like it's floating. And fender flares are pretty much color matched. Oh, there's actually a button to push for that. It's right here. See there, this is where you're gonna fill up for fuel. Regular fuel is all you need for this too. Then out back, check out the styling around the windows, the exhaust tips down below. Really nicely done. Full LED tail lights, backup camera. Here's some of your badging. They do hide that hitch, and then you have those parking sensors. They don't put one out back on the side here, but it's okay. You have that one on the front. You can lock this in the rear, or you can open it. And this is actually a decent size too. You have a subwoofer back here, and notice how they give you the carpet higher up. In the past, they didn't do that, so this would all be plastic and it would get scratched up and it would look terrible over the course of time. A little bit of storage cubbies around your spare tire. And these seats do fold flat. 12-volt power, you can drop the tailgate from back here. You have speakers and some lighting on that tailgate as well. And hopefully you guys can see that silver kind of in the shade here. But let's go ahead and talk about the powertrain in this PHEV. I wouldn't mind seeing this 2-liter turbocharged engine available even for just the regular Grand Cherokees without the hybrid system. But yeah, this is a turbocharged 4-cylinder, 2-liter displacement. It's gonna have 375 horsepower, 470 pound-feet of torque, made it to an 8-speed transmission. It is gonna be a hybrid, so you're gonna have the batteries and electric motors that help give you some output as well when the engine's not on. Let's go ahead and discuss the interior, because I want to show you guys a few things that you get with this hybrid system. This is probably why Jeep is really winning right now. Interior design. When you think about the appointments, this is really done well. You have this really big fake wood trim piece, and it looks good. Seat memories right there. Silver door handle, so it really pops well. Macintosh sound system is 19 speakers. Automatic up and down windows, front and rear. And here's some of your controls for your door locks. You can power fold these mirrors. And a little bit of storage down below too. Now this is all finished in hard plastic, but 12-way driver's seat, and you do have a power steering column too, so that can all be connected with your seat memories there. And perforated leather and more of that white stitching there. You can tilt the headrest. And stepping in with it being in its lowest setting for the air suspension makes life very easy. Also, you can see more of that Macintosh right there. They do provide a black roof, 10-inch screen right there, and you have a 10.1 push button start. And you do have, hopefully you guys will be able to see it, you have hybrid mode, you have electric mode, so you can do all electric. Hybrid is obviously going to be between gas and electric mode. And e-save here allows you to basically use most of that engine to keep the battery preserved. Like if you want to go on like a scenic route and you don't want the engine to cut on, maybe you want to hear more of the outside noises, things like that, you can actually cut off the electric mode until you get to your destination, and then you can put it in all electric mode when you get there. So this screen here is fully customizable. It gives you a lot of nice information, and you do have paddle shifters too, which is nice if you want to drive this more on like a nice windy road and change the gears yourself. And I love the fact that they give you this screen here. So this is just showing you that we are in e-save mode right now. You guys can see that engine is charging those batteries right now too. So drive history, it gives you like a lot of different things you can look at, and this will kind of help you to try to get the best mileage out of this SUV you can. Now I will say 25 miles is really 20 miles, especially when you factor in the temperature, when you factor in, you know, stop and go traffic, things like that. So yeah, I think 25 miles is if you're doing a great job with, you know, keeping that battery charged. At the very top, you do have max regeneration. So if you are driving this, if the brakes feel like they're too aggressive, you can actually turn that off. But if you want to keep that battery charged and get the best range on just electric mode, that regenerative braking is going to really help with that. You have that lane keep assist, traction control, caution lights, and parking sensors front and rear. This does have ventilated and heated seats. heated steering wheels right there. You guys see the dual climate control. And this does have the air suspension, as I mentioned. Downhill assist, 4-wheel drive low if you do need to go off-road. Some cup holders. And here's a little bit of storage at the top. Also, deep storage right there. This area is illuminated. And there is availability to have like a screen on this side, like a co-pilot. And just notice how they do the dash too. This has all leather wrap and it looks great. Sunroof is a twin panel, LED lighting for the interior, home links right there. Let's go ahead and take this for a drive and then we'll pretty much wrap up the video. This does feel smaller than it actually is. And something I noticed when I first got into this thing is the steering feels pretty tight. It might feel heavy to some people. And having that 2-liter turbocharged engine, I feel like the turbos or the turbo spools up really quickly and it really does move it. Like 8-speed transmission is smooth, feels really responsive, and like I told you guys, that regenerative braking is pretty strong. And right now I still have it in that e-save mode, so it's going to keep it pretty much on. I'm talking about the gas engine. So let's go ahead and put it back in the hybrid. So that's going to allow for the electric mode to come on. But yeah, the mirrors, you can pretty much see out of, they're pretty big too. They sit high, which I like. But yeah, having that regenerative braking, you don't really use the brakes that much at all. So that's gonna help save that. And you're really helping to get that battery charge. I'm at 14% because of the e-save. I was at, I believe, like 11 or 12% or something like that. So yeah, it definitely does help a ton if you want to keep that battery charged up. But it's really quiet on the interior. I can't really hear, I guess I'm hearing the engine right now. Yeah, the engine's still on. So even though the hybrid system's on, I guess the battery is still a little too low even for it to be in the hybrid mode. So normally when you at a stop, it'll just allow the electric motors to get you up to speed, but that's not happening right now. Now out back, I do have the seat probably further back than I need it, but this is pretty tight, I would say. Now these seats do not slide forward and back. However, you can actually recline the rear. There are some cup holders right here for this center armrest, and they have nets too for storage also. A little bit of storage right here for your phone, air vents, and you have some USBs, Type A's and Type C's. 150 watt of power for there, and then you have the outboard heated seats here. There is a hump too, by the way, in the rear. Here's a little bit of performance here. Yeah, this thing is quick, very quick. And I think that's why I would probably purchase this over the regular Grand Cherokee. I would not get a 3.6 liter engine. I just don't like the performance from it. And I just feel as though this performs so much better because of that turbocharged engine. So it doesn't have the greatest sound inside of here too. Like that 5.7 had that burly sound, but this definitely feels, it just feels like a turbocharged 4 should. I mean, that's how it feels, but sounds like one too. So yeah, I still think this is a great option for someone who does live in a city. If you live 12 miles from your home, I mean, you can pretty much run almost on full electric mode, especially if you have a place to charge this at your place of business. I mean, my goodness, like you can literally charge it there and at home and just pretty much keep it on just electric mode. Now, I do always put these numbers in my videos for the gross axle weight ratings. 3,200 pounds for the front, 3,800 pounds for the rear, and then the gross fuel weight rating is going to be 6,900 pounds. And then 1,050 is the payload for this. In case you want to tow, that's why those numbers are important. But I hope you guys liked the video. This is a really nice SUV, and I think that Jeep has done a good job for this redesign. It looks great, it looks very luxurious, and I feel as though if you do want something that gets better fuel economy, this is gonna fit the bill for you. So if you would like for me to do a fuel economy run on this compared to a regular Grand Cherokee, I'd be more than happy to do so. Just let me know in the comment section and maybe I'll come back out and do some more videos on these. See you guys soon.